Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Ansar Gilani, English commentator at the Entire Sports. Nowadays I am working on the World Cup squads. Today I am to talk on South Africa. South African team is also the hot favorite at the present ongoing World Cup. They are solid at the batting, bowling and the fielding. They are overall balanced one, and we could expect that they will give an outstanding demeanor at the World Cup 2019. Their batting takes start from their openers largely Hashim Amla and Markram. Then there is Miller and Domini, Peacock, and then the captain, inspirational skipper Faf du Plessis. Then there are the bowler, Ngidi is there, Rabada is there, Dale Steyn is there, and then there are two off spinner, Imran Tahir and Chinaman Tabriz Shamsi. Hashim Amla nowadays looks off color. The way he went to the highest laurels of his performances in the near past, he looks declining at the energy, but we hope his record is best one at the England and he could rise to the expectation. And he is to give feedback to South African team. Secondly, there is Markram, very stylistic featured person. His stance is the beautiful one, and man of stylistic features. He is technically sound and tactically very advanced one, and he could play well the moving balls, and he could meet all kinds of variation at the best of his skill work. Then there is talk about Miller and Domini. Miller and Domini are to help out the South African team at the top order, and if they do not work well, then the middle and the lower order or the tail start tumbling, and they are to struggle to return to the right standing. If we talk about their larger, you can say, perspective, there are two men more. That De Kock also plays well, and captain, you can say, Faf du Plessis is a very clever one, and he is a very fast at the situation reading, mind reading and the face reading, and he is considered to be a best hunter. He knows which one player is to be bowled out or made out by which one bowler. For example, Mohammad Hafiz of Pakistan was twice or thrice a time gone bowled by Dale Steyn, and Imran Tahir is also known for how to, you can say, hunt their targets and their prospects. And if we talk about their weaknesses, weaknesses are the problems they are facing, problems of the fitness. You can say many a time we have watched Dale Steyn that he goes injured and comes out of the match or comes out of the event, and it becomes very difficult for the South African team to stay strong at the event and the match. Lastly, at 2015 World Cup, second last over, I was watching it, I think, going on when he got the injury and got seated at the wicket against New Zealand. So that was a bit problem faced, and in the IPL he went for the finest over and turned the ball in a very astonishing way, but on the very next match he got injured and came out of the event. And Ali Giddy is also recovering from minor or major injuries, and he could not play the present IPL, and he is also under challenge at the matter of injury and fitness. They are to rise from the uh, above level, and they are to give feedback into their squad and team players and all ones. So what to talk about there, you can say fielding. They are good at the fielding, but at the pressure state they go a bit slow and mismatching to the demanding situations. After all, their team is balanced one and stronger one, and though they are not hot favorite at the present state of the World Cup, but this state of pressureless might make them to rise on the scene and bulldoze the opposition. Secondly, I will talk about Afghanistan. Afghanistan, like England team, they are full of with attacking squad. They are fully armored at the two areas, particularly at the bowling and the batting. They have a long list of the attacking squad, and it takes start from Hazratullah and Muhammad Shahzad, and sometimes you can say Muhammad Noor comes to the uh, open the you can say match with Muhammad Shahzad. Muhammad Shahzad is also great hitter, and he gives a better comradeship with Hazratullah. Hazratullah went for 162 runs against Ireland just in the near past, and he is in the good form, and he is playing all around the ground and goes with the attacking instinct. Muhammad Shahzad also made a superb and splendid century against India at the Asia Cup, and he is also fully armored and ready to give his best at this World Cup. He is a masterpiece of attacking. Though he does not believe in yo-yo test, he eats well, but he plays well and he hits well. And there goes a long list of the attackers. Hazratullah is there, Shafatullah Shahidi, that went for 73 not out runs against Pakistan at the warm-up match. Then there is Rahmatullah, then there is Samiullah and Shafatullah, as well as they are also having Asghar, who has been captaining the team in the near past, and it was all his efforts and great guideline that Afghanistan reached to the World Cup round and qualifying round, and now they are capable and able and confirmed to play this one World Cup. Muhammad Asghar Afghan is also a better hitter, and he could produce good scorings whenever it is needed. Then you could say there is Najibullah is also a good hitter, and he is considered to be the best one all-rounder around the globe. So after their attacking batting squad, there is the turn of their bowling. That is another outstanding one, you can say. Crew of three bowlers, that is of one Muhammad Rashid and Muhammad Nabi and Muhammad Najib. These are three bowlers that play a very vital role in making and winning of the many of the matches. And Rashid is a leg spinner and googly master, and he is having a good reputation around the globe in the international leagues, and he is rapidly rising on the screen of the World Cup. Muhammad Rashid is considered to be the greatest and the dangerous one bowler at the present World Cup, and this World Cup will be the test of his fitness and excellence. And then he also went for 158 wickets against playing 58 matches, and you can measure up his excellence mark the way he has been best in the near past. Muhammad Najib is at the help out, and Muhammad Nabi is also there, and these three you can say leg spinner and off spinners are at the best to topple or to you can say create such a sensation and pressure on the top class oppositions. They are all hitting players, and they are to go as all out, and they could set the target of 250, 70 and 80 around in attacking row, but they lack anchors. They do not have such players that could play as a matchmaker to improvise and to rotate the strike and go with the intelligent mark and keep the momentum and keep the game intact and keep the game in control. Though they play like British players, they play in an attacking manner, but this attacking, you can say, could be dangerous and could be difficult, and could be sometimes a source to loss of the match if there is a fall of 3 to 4 early wickets. Then it becomes very difficult as to how they are to control the rest of the match. So they need some anchors, they need some matchmakers that could keep the team at the balance. Then they have three main striking bowlers, the pacers. One is Aftab Alam, and then Daulat is there, and there is Ahmed Hassan, who returned to his team after 2 years. He got injured and started commentary later on when the government got changed and the CEO got changed. Their board members at the cricket board got changed, and he has been brought back in the present World Cup squad. So we expect their bowling squad will work it all, but they lack pace. They are not as much sharp enough to you can say embarrass the opposition by their quickest delivery and a baffling one, and could produce somewhat amazing situation for the strongest opposition. But they're all, you can say, the deficiencies are to be helped out by the strongest one, three bowlers, spinners, that they have mirrored the Indians, Kuldeep Yadav and Chahal, as well as they have also mirrored or the counterproductive has provided to African two top-class spinner Imran Tahir and Chinaman Tabriz Shamsi. Then at the Australia, Nathan Lyon and Zampa. And at the Sri Lanka, that is Sunil Narayan. I don't know he is going to be play at the present or not, but he is also a top-class spinner. England is also filled with two of the class spinner, Adil Rashid and Moeen Ali. So Afghanistan is, after all, they are to, you can say, go for some upsets, and they have the capacity to give some upsets in the present World Cup. Then there is the team of the squad of Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a much better team as compared to the rest of equivalent one teams, that they are to give best in the present World Cup. Their main, you can say, four players are all the time there as core group. One is Tamim Iqbal, Mushfiqur Rahim, and then Shakib Hassan, and there is one more that is to help out all the time to them is captain, the inspirational skipper Musharfi Murtaza. Musharfi Murtaza is a very vigilant and sharper one-minded captain. Many a time we have watched him that he made some crucial decision at the crunch stage and turned the match into their favor. So these four players, Tamim Iqbal is having good record at England, and he could understand the English conditions and the wickets and could play well, and he is also included in the Wisden Cricket of the Year, and we hope this time he will give more better momentum and a better kind of cricket to the viewers over there. So he is, you can say, the finest discovery for the Bangladesh team. And then there is Shakib Hassan. Shakib Hassan is an outstanding all-rounder, and he is also known for the international leagues, and he has over the years experience, and he could go well to respond the team at the present World Cup. Where they lack, if these four players who could work well, they could rise to the expectation and they could make the match and they could win the situation. Then there is Mushfiq comes at the middle, and many a time he played anchor role, bridged up the situation, built up the inning, and he helped out 2 to 3 big partnerships being staying at the wicket. So if we talk about their spinners, Shakib Hassan works like as a spinner to them. Then Mustafiz is there as a fast bowler, but he is not as much fast the way English conditions are to put the many of the bowlers into trouble. He has the pace, but he has no as much pace and the bite that he could put the opposition into trouble. So Babudallah is there. Then at the opening and or at the one down there is Somia Sarkar, and then two of the other players, Mahmudullah is there, and Javed Ahmadi is also in the squad, but it depends which one combinations and which one pairing is to be brought in the present World Cup. So after the Bangladesh team, then there is a team of Australia. So Australia, you know, has always been the winner at the round matches, and you can rate out them that they are the 4 times World Cup winner out of 5 lost World Cup. The Australians are only having the advantage of that they never lose the hope, that they are all time going with the strongest will and attacking instinct. They have the all-around performance, and they have the capacity as to how they are to meet with the demanding situation, and as to how they are to go for the winning of the match and even the winning of the event. England and you can say there as a hot, but we can't underestimate the power and strength of Australia. Australia will you can say go at the 3 areas in a balanced way, either it's the bowling, batting and the fielding. And one good thing for them that Smith and Warner have been returned to their main squad, and once again they are now strongest one, and now they are fully armored and could expect well and could hope that we are the finest once again. You know, they take their opening pair as a Watson, as a Warner, they are all time giving good start. Then Maxwell is there. Then Smith and Marsh are there. Though Smith is not considered as smart and natural and good at strike, rather a high strike rate, and have no much impact as compared to Marsh. Marsh is a natural stroke maker, and he plays in a natural way, in an instinctive way, and it goes in a very flowing and spontaneous way, and enjoys his cricket and plays a fearless cricket. And then Ian Stoinis is there, captain, and that is also there to play his tricks over all of the oppositions. He is a stronger one, and though he is still at the learning, and just in the near past he got the captaincy. He won against India and then won against Pakistan, and at playing against Pakistan his performance returned, and he is now fully equipped as to how he is to go good at the batting and as well as at the captaining. Though the problems were there in the near past in the Australian team at the making of the final squad, and to think about the captain, but after all they trusted on him. They are to play, they are ready to play as a team unit. They are to benefit Australia, not to go for their individual differences. So they are also equipped with top class bowling squad. That there is Mitchell Starc, the fast one, and he gives good, you can say, wickets to the team, and at the crunch time and at the death hour he goes well, and you can say picks up the wickets that are highly needed there. And then there is another bowler that is there to help him. That one is to Rizal. That one is left-handed Brandef. Brandef goes with a left arm angle and creates some troubles for the right-handed batsman by his the fastest yorkers and in-cutters, and he gets somewhat advantage of it. Then Richardson is also there. These three players or bowlers are all the times there to help out the team to pick up some early wickets, because they are all time, like England, go for to pick up the wickets even they are beaten terribly. Their objective is to get wickets at the earliest stage or all around the game, because at the slow or somewhat batting paradise wickets, their efforts is to keep the ball at the yorker length and at the so near area where from they could pick up the wickets. Then you can say there are two openers that are there to give them good start at the earlier 10 hours, and if they get good start then they go with momentum. Then Marsh and Smith also help out there, Stoinis help out there, Maxwell help out there. You can say they are fully armored. If we talk about their spinners, there is Zampa and another one's Nathan Lyon. Nathan Lyon also helps at the middle overs, like Zampa, who is a new entry to the Australian. Just in the near past he took start, and if he gives better performance he could also help out the Australian team to win up the matches as well as win up the World Cup. So these are the all players that they are to play right to the expectation of their coaches and the trainers and instructors, those who have been working day and night over them and made them able to give the feedback at the present state of the affair. So lastly I will talk about England. Since you can say 2015, their winning mark is coming 100%, as rest of the teams like India and you can say Australia and South Africa, their winning mark is 90, 91 and 92, but England winning mark is 100%, and they are fully equipped with all of the all-rounders and the top class batsmen and bowlers that will help out the team to win this one World Cup. Whom about I should talk here? Everyone is attacker. Everyone goes with attacking instinct, and there is no place in the English team of any player if that one is having no attacking instinct and does not go for aggression and violent attack to make on the rivals or the pacers or the spinners, whosoever are there. There is a long line of the batsman till you can say the last man. Even Adil Rashid plays well, and he could go for some of the boundaries and some of the productive runs to give. Uh, you can say Jason Roy and Johnny Resto, they could take the start, and they are all time going with high strike rate, and right from beginning they make attack on the rivals and keep on attacking and keep on attacking, and they do not stay halted or slow until they are not thrown out or some dismissal comes there. So Joy Root made his last century at the 83 balls, uh, and then you can say there was Joe Dunley. He also comes as opener, and he goes with attacking mind. Wills comes with the opener and one down. He also goes with attacking mind. And then what to say about Captain Eoin Morgan? He also goes with attacking mind, and he made 100 against 76 balls. And you can rate out the main players. Those are at the top order. They are all century makers, and they are all going at all the matches with high strike rate, 170, 80 and 60 around their strike rate, which is there. That is much benefiting to the team. When the earliers are to play fast, they could create the margin, they could create the you can say space there. When the rest of the players come, they keep the momentum and they keep on attacking, and they keep on, you can say, creating the pressure kind of situation over the opposition. So they are filled with all kinds of all-rounders and bowler like, and they could go at any match with four, you can say, bowlers, because two of the bowlers like you can say Joe Root and the Ben Stokes, they could bowl well and they could replace the regular bowlers. And Ben Stokes is also